Hi, welcome to We Try. My name is Ethan.
And I'm Amy.
And we're going to be starting a series of videos for our trip to Florida.
Look at these ears.
Primarily, we were going because Disney, right?
Duh.
But more than that, we're going on a vacation. And on top of that, we were road tripping because we found that flights are insanely expensive. We're going Thursday through the next Sunday. That was our entire trip.
Such a long time.
Long
so
time.
Needed.
Yeah. We left Michigan on Thursday night. We were making our way down to Cincinnati, which is where we're going to spend the night.
Driving from where we live in Michigan down to Cincinnati is very doable. But on a bladder, you kind of need a pit stop to go to the restroom. So we stopped at Casey's right outside of Lima. And it was a quick stop. They had really fancy coffee. They had a whole freezer full of meat. Never seen anything like that.
I mean,
so
the only
random.
thing to say is it's Ohio.
It's Ohio, right? Our first stop for the night was in Florence, Kentucky. We were staying at the Staybridge Suites. It was a spacious room. It was a nice place to stop real quickly and get back on the road on Friday morning.
It had a nice kitchen, It had a nice living room, it had a nice bed space, nice bathroom, and a pool.
This was the only hotel we stayed at on the road trip that had a full kitchen. And if you're on a road trip, you understand that a full kitchen is actually really nice to have because you have coolers full of snacks, so you're able to refreeze your freezer packs, which was really convenient.
So in the morning on Friday, we took off from Florence, got right on I-75 South towards Florida.
Stopped at the Tennessee Welcome Center. It's actually a really cool welcome center. I think one thing that we'll try to do if we do this again is stop at every state's welcome center where there's bathrooms. It was easy, but it was just very colonial looking. It was perfect. We made our way through Tennessee, and our next gas trip was Buc-ee's. Have you guys been to Buc-ee's? It is quite the experience. So many gas pumps, and then inside it's like a full-on grocery store, meets Kohl's, meets like biggest restrooms you can imagine. We were looking for some lunch at this time, and so we did stop. We got some sandwiches. They also had some salad, some really nice coffee. Buc-ee's was impressive. I was impressed by that gas station.
If you're gonna, stop on a road trip and stretch your legs and get something to eat and go to the bathroom, you can pretty much do it all in one at this place.
Yeah.
So they are well placed. They're very, very cool. And they're like a destination on your road trip.
Yeah.
We took it longer than we wanted to at Buc-ee's, but it's Buc-ee's, And so then we started our trek through Atlanta. Woof, man. It took us 3 hours to get to the north side of Atlanta, to get to the south side of Atlanta, and it was just absolutely brutal. Every single time you get out of a traffic jam, you'd be free for 10 miles and then you'd get right back into another traffic jam.
I think the worst part too is like if you had to go to the bathroom, like there's no exit to get off. Like we made it through the traffic and we finally got to the restroom. And it was like a marathon. It was in Jackson, Georgia. It was actually a really nice rest stop. They had a whole wall of different like Georgia products. So that was fun, like able to take a look at.
Yeah.
Also had this really cool like frozen yogurt like machine that you could make your own milkshake. Like that was pretty cool. So then we made our way to our destination of that evening, which was the Drury Inn in Valdosta, Georgia. We were excited to make it there. We wanted to make it there by dinner time. We did not.
No.
We got there, what, like 8:30?
It was sometime between 8:30 and 9.
Yeah.
But the nice thing was they had a pool. So they had a really, really cool indoor-outdoor pool. And it was not warm. Like, it was pretty cold. It was still super fun to go under that dividing wall and go indoor and outdoor pool.
They also had like a really nice breakfast the next morning. We heard that they had a nice dinner. Our breakfast was really, really nice. Like they had a whole hot breakfast that you can imagine.
The next day on Saturday morning, we were pretty close to the Florida border, which is really exciting.
Like we're in Florida. We've made it.
So we stopped at the Florida Welcome Center. The crazy thing was, it was actually really cold. It was like in the 40s. But you see the palm trees. You can just feel the sunshine. And that really, really gets you pumped up about being in Florida.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about the Welcome Center was the orange juice.
They had orange juice and grapefruit juice, like for you to just have. It was really nice. But what a welcome,
What a
right?
welcome.
Like that's pretty cool. And we felt like, you know, we are on our way. We are almost to Orlando.
We're getting there,
3 more
man.
hours still, and there's traffic, which is one thing that we would notice. You know, there's Atlanta traffic, and then there's like Florida traffic.
Eventually, we got down to Orlando. So we were staying on property at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That's coming up for a future video.
Watch that video. We have a room tour and we'll do a review. We also had dinner that night at Sanaa. So a lot of these upcoming items will be our next in the series. So definitely watch our upcoming videos for the series. But we had Sanaa for dinner, which is an Indian style restaurant on property at where we stayed.
Next day, on Sunday, was our day to go to the Animal Kingdom Park. It was crazy. It was President's Day weekend, and it honestly was one of the busiest times I've ever seen in Disney.
For the following day then, which would be Monday, we had breakfast at the Animal Kingdom Lodge at Boma. We had high recommendations for this restaurant from our family, and we went to it. So we can't wait to show you that video as well. Monday we checked out of our Animal Kingdom Lodge because that was not where we were staying the full time. And so we had some time to kill, and I am a big boardwalk fan. I figured that would be a great spot to just walk around, take the Skyliner, take the boat, just to kill some time before we could check into our next hotel. We wanted to have lunch at Beaches and Cream, which is at the Beach Club.
After we were done with Disney, get it out of there. Just kidding.
We weren't done with Disney.
We were not done with Disney. We were going back later in the week. But our second stay was at Hilton Grand Vacation SeaWorld.
So Tuesday, what did we want to do? Pool day.
Of course.
All day long. They have really great pools there. And then Wednesday, we had to go out to Epcot. I'm a big Disney fan. Come on. We had a blast, but we're going to highlight 2 things from Epcot. We had lunch at the Garden Grill, and then we had dinner at Les Chefs de France.
2 absolutely awesome restaurants. We cannot wait to show you videos from those. Any vacation has to come to an end, and on Saturday, we started our trek back to Michigan. Going back, we did it in 2 days. So that was really interesting. But once we got back on the road, we got onto the Florida Turnpike to get back to 75, and we stopped at one of these service stations just north of the Villages. The service center on the Turnpike was like just insanely busy.
It was. But one thing I thought was super cool, they have like all these different restaurants in there, so if you're hungry, you can grab that. But I loved, they had this huge fish tank. So we were like looking at the fish, and they had a shark in there, so that was really cool. It was a really nice, stop if you needed to gas up.
Once we got back on the Turnpike, we eventually got to 75 and we headed north. Amy found the farm stand. This was in Branford, Florida.
We actually made a short about it. You feel free to check it out.
Tag it here.
They're known for like their tacos and their strawberries and fresh produce. So that was awesome. Like we got fresh strawberries. They had strawberry milkshakes and a ton of different taco varieties. So good. Really awesome stuff. A little bit off of 75, but well worth it.
We felt like we were locals, and we felt like we were like discovering like a really cool like off the beaten path thing. Which it was.
Yeah, it was really cool. After that, we needed to gas up again. And where did we go? Buc-ee's.
The Beaver.
This was our last time at Buc-ee's. Our son just fell in love with Buc-ee's. He now has a birthday party themed after Buc-ee's. So we are one of those people.
After Buc-ee's, unfortunately, we got to hit the ATL again. And we talked about it earlier, just about how bad Atlanta traffic was. We were going through on a Saturday late afternoon, and the traffic was still terrible.
Bad.
Eventually, we got through, but I think we should just state for this video that the worst part of this road trip was Atlanta.
Both times.
Yeah.
So that night we stopped in Cleveland, Tennessee, at the Hampton Inn. Honestly, it was a very quick stop. We got there pretty late. We left really early in the morning. So we didn't really get to experience any of the benefits of like the accommodations. We did have breakfast there.
Yeah, we were at breakfast at like right at 6 a.m. And I gotta say, for the Hampton Inn in Cleveland, super friendly staff.
Super friendly staff.
Super friendly. We got on the road early.
7
a.m. on Sunday morning, and that turned out to be the right move. We really didn't hit busy traffic until we were in like Kentucky, even towards Cincinnati. So near Florence again, we stopped at a Skyline Chili. And Skyline Chili was just an absolutely awesome place. It reminded me, if you're from Michigan, of a Coney.
They're known for like their spaghetti with chili and cheese, and it was really good, really flavorful, and we felt like we were almost close to home.
After we hit Skyline Chili, we powered our way through Ohio, and then eventually we got back to Michigan. We made it home and had to get back to reality, but I mean, it was so cool road tripping, and it just provided us so many experiences that flying would not.
I was a little skeptical, but honestly, I really enjoyed the road trip.
So there you go. That's the lowdown on the road trip. Stay tuned for a lot of videos in this series about our trip to Florida. We can't wait to share all this experience with you. Please like this video. Please subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you with our next Florida video.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this series. Bye, everyone.
Cheers.